Many Nigerians have argued that the problem with the Nigerian police is not capacity, but orientation and gross abuse. Hence, men and officers of the force can deliver when the occasion demands. It is another success story for the Ogun State Command, as some personnel neutralized 2 kidnappers causing havoc on the Shagamu-Ijebu-Ode Benin Expressway during a rescue mission. In a gun duel, the police killed 2 of the kidnappers, secured the release of 2 Indians, and recovered 7.9 million naira, suspected to be part of the ransom collected from victims. The success was recorded in collaboration with local vigilantes.
Attached to the first box with registration number FST 686YH, exchanged fire with the kidnappers and managed to escape with all the occupants of the first vehicle, while 3 Indian nationals, namely Tajaram Chuan, male, Kadua Pradhan, male, and Medanin Katwada, male, all inside the second bus without police escort, were all kidnapped to an unknown destination. The anti-kidnapping section of the command, in concert with police formations in the Axis and other local security agents, swung into action by combing the area. Policemen engaged the kidnappers in a fierce gun battle in the forest along Benin Shagamu at Papalanto around 16:30 hours of 7th May 2024, and succeeded in the rescue of the 3 victims on earth. In the course of the encounter, 2 of the 6 kidnappers were demobilized. 2 AK-47 rifles, 1 single-barrel locally made gun, 1 sword, cell phone, and criminal shanks, with 65 rounds of live ammunition were also recovered. The likely ransom loot of the 2 demobilized kidnappers of the sum of 7,900,000 naira and 1,500 rupees were also recovered. The 2 demobilized suspects have been deposited in the public mortuary, while intensive efforts are ongoing to arrest.
Babajide, anytime the Nigerian police force, they want to work, they go all out, they work.
Yes.
Do you understand? No matter how high or how difficult the investigation, they deliver. So at a point in time, we're just feeling that this happening in Ogun State Police Command, that is a big one. And Benjamin Ubiri is just joining us. Thank you for joining us, Benjamin.
Thank you very much.
Making your debut on Journalist Hangout. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here.
All right, all right. We're talking about the Nigerian Police Force and their exploits in Ogun State Police Command, that they apprehended those people that kidnapped 2 Indians and recovered 7.9 million naira, and which was like suspected to be part of the ransom. So that anytime the police want to work, they work. Yeah. As much as we criticize them.
Criticism is normal in life, but to take it for the police, it's unfortunate that we have to refer to them in this way, that anytime they want to work, that's when they work. It should be that every time they want to work, they are on top of their game. It's unfortunate. We've seen Nigerian policemen go outside the country and produce good results. They go for courses and they are top of their classes. But when we come here locally, and to be fair, we see them also perform credibly on cases both locally and internationally. But on a scale of, say, about 100, if you're doing a survey and you look at the Nigerian police, you discover that what the Nigerian people say about them, saying if they want to work, they work, it's a fair description of what they do. We should have them work every time. We should be free and at home to go to the policeman and say, this is my problem, and have it solved. They only work where, if a big man is involved, if a highly political person is involved, and these results come out where there will be need for a media hype. The policeman, either locally, anywhere, should be able to give you a result that you need. And that's what I think. The Ogun State case is a good one. We credit them for doing a good job. But beyond that, we shouldn't rely on this. It should be a normal thing to say, look, this is what we expect the police to deliver, and not a kudos thing.
It's a reflection of our country. It's not every time they should work. If Nigeria is not working, the Nigerian police force will not work.
Yes.
It's just a reflection of how, you know, how far we've gotten to in terms of development and otherwise. So Nigerian police force, if they are not well funded as a country,
I get your drift. It's always said that every country gets the kind of law enforcement that it deserves. Nigeria deserves a much better law enforcement, and the police are in the forefront of fighting crime in our country, of even defending the country within its borders. But as we can see now, the army is very much involved in internal security. It's a reflection of our lack of faith in our police. And I think this actually started in the 80s. When we had the Maitasine attack in some parts of the north, it took the military to put an end to the nonsense that Maitasine represented. In Kano, the leader of Maitasine, Mohamed Marwa, who hailed from northern Cameroon, was actually put down, was actually killed during a military operation led by the former intelligence officer who worked with General Buhari at that time, Haliru Hakilu. It was Haliru Hakilu who led troops to the hideout of Maitasine in Kano and killed him. The police had not succeeded in putting him under control, putting Maitasine and their men under control. So with time, we began to rely more on policemen, on soldiers to help us police our communities, to help us defend. As we're talking about insecurity in the Northwest especially, you see that we just draft police, soldiers to all of those places.
Before, it wasn't the case.
It wasn't the case.
That mobile policemen.
Yes, we used to respect the mobile police during the Shagari era, because they were well armed. Yeah. They had APCs, they had the equipment that they needed. They were called kill and go at that time. We then cannibalized their weapons and rendered them literally prostrate. Today, we can see some of the work that the police are doing. I believe that the Nigerian police has not reached its full potential. They can do a lot better than they are doing now if they are well funded, if we take care of their welfare, because when they die in battle, how do we take care of their dependents, their families that they leave behind? We chase them out of the barracks in a hurry. We do not remember them. Are the regular Nigerian policemen, are they insured? Does the average Nigerian policeman feel like, look, I'm going to defend my country with my blood, because I know that if I die, the country will take care of my people? When people look back and see the way family members of their old colleagues are suffering, they will not be inclined to give their best. Let's not deceive ourselves. Yes. What is the pension that will pay a policeman who served his country for 35 years? Even people at the level of AIGs, what is we need to ask that question. Let the world know. You will see a big dichotomy between the police and the army. But as we have seen now, with even the example of their breakthrough in Ogun State, they have the capacity, they have the courage to get the job done. Sometimes under a very resolute and forward-looking leader. you can see a lot of changes. When you look at what Marwa is doing in NDLA, you think that he imported the staff.
Honestly.
This was the same dysfunctional agency that didn't really do much before he got there. So sometimes leadership also plays a part.
The last time we heard about the exploit of NDA was during maybe the time of this Bama man.
Yes.
All of a sudden, it went comatose and...
Now that a new leader, everybody is talking about it. So the police sometimes, when you have a police commissioner in the state, a kind of operations person. Look at Edgar when he was in Lagos. Edgar was an operations person. He was very successful. He would sometimes lead them on operations.
We have them like that.
There are many of them.
Lagos
so
City.
When you are
Edgar, Osheni,
so this guy who headed the other tactical, Kolo Yusuf, who later became CP in Zamfara. Kolo Yusuf and Abba Kyari, they were the two heads of the most successful tactical units of the police. They were the stars at that time. So anywhere you send Kolo Yusuf to, maybe he's retired now, I'm not too sure, but you know that he will deliver. Abiodun Alamutu has done well in Ogun State. And there's still time for him to even do a lot more, you know. And we are seeing them, yes. We really want to encourage them after this breakthrough.
Olatuji Disu, in Rivers State.
Disu headed the OC,
he
headed SAS in Rivers State. So by the time they sent him back to Rivers, they sent him to a familiar terrain because he headed SAS. He knows the terrain, he understands. Look at the criminal they had been looking for about 7 years.
Yes.
They eventually got him. The ones who killed that DPO,
they've got him.
They got them. They've wasted him. So when you put the right people, sometimes it has a way of the right leader. It has a way of affecting everyone. Look at what RRS has done in Lagos.
Lagos State.
It's a model for other states. You know, it's a model for other states to copy. So I'm proud of Alamutu, and his boys.
Talking about Benjamin, talking about funding, you know, it's very, very essential. A policeman cannot be buying his uniform. A policeman cannot be boots. You don't expect if you are guarding a place. We are told that even in installations that they guard, that they have to pay for their pistol. What do they call it? Bullets.
Yeah, well, I think we are looking at it in two different paradigms. On the one hand, we commend the police for this breakthrough. But on the other hand, we are saying this same police is not doing well because they are underfunded. So are those the people who are doing this breakthrough, are they getting funds from somewhere else? The bottom line is that there is a training. There is a minimum requirement from any policeman in this country. And there is no excuse whether you are funded or not. If you have a problem with the job, you leave it. It's like talking to a journalist and say, look, you buy your own radio, you buy your own recorder, sometimes you buy your own camera. The essence is that you deliver on the job. Every policeman has a responsibility to Nigerians. The problems of underfunding of equipment are general. But in this generality, we also see people who deliver. And I'm worried that...
They don't, you know, why it affects operations especially. You go to an area
where you can face criminals,
and then you raise an alarm. Because I have seen this as someone who has covered the military, the armed forces generally, and there is not one serviceable vehicle that they can use. Do you know that
how much is allocated to buy fuel?
When I lost my car, the police asked me whether I could get a vehicle for them to go to the location where they suspected that my car was taken to. These things happen. No, you don't give them impress. Somebody talked about impress of 18,000 naira. What can 18,000 naira do in a month?
If an accused is detained and he falls sick in the cell, you have to buy Panadol. You have to do everything.
I said the tools to do the job.
Everything.
The tools. If you don't have it, you cannot deliver.
These things are known. And we have a police service commission. We have the Nigeria police itself. Are we not addressing it? So police reforms is ongoing. And it continues.
Underfunded. It's a big problem.
Yes, I follow The police, as it is now, is not as it used to be. There are some improvements, yes. But should we not model these improvements so that they can trickle down? People can learn. They are the same places where we're talking about problems, inefficiencies, and lack of funds. We are still getting results. What's happening? Some people have moved beyond.
Far more results.
Yes.
That's the point.
It would have been a general thing.
There are places where there are no serviceable vehicles.
In
some cases, just two.
Yeah, but
divisions.
Yeah, but have you seen have you seen those vehicles that were donated by Dangote? Did you see how they manage them? Many of them are not even functional as of now. Would you have a regular vehicle given to you and within 1 year it's already bad? Is it because it's the police? Are other people not using those same kind of vehicles and they are still functional?
You know, some of the vehicles that we are talking about, those sedans that Dangote and others gave them, they are not to be taken into forests and other places chasing criminals.
Bandits.
I'm saying that sometimes a whole area command has just 2 vehicles. So you find that sometimes they want to move, they want to fight the criminals, but they are static, they can't move. Go to an area command in Lagos and see vehicles that
disused,
without tires, just disused, just there. So there is no way we can wish away the fact that the police is grossly underfunded.
To be efficient.
In Lagos, where the police, in my view, is the most efficient in Nigeria, the impact of the police trust fund that all these big companies are contributing money into a pool where they buy.
It was started by the President Tinubu.
There was a day that the governor of Lagos State bought equipment worth more than 2 billion for police in one day.
If you remember, I'm about that.
Yes, in one day. Even
forensic
boats for the naval unit of the police. How come the police at the larger level or the from the headquarters cannot do those things by themselves? If states are not funding the police, they won't even come close to achieving what they are achieving.
Benjamin,
well, I think on this issue, I'll just want to leave it that no matter how underfunded the police is, let's get some level of result. We're not getting enough from what we are putting into the police. When we didn't have the NSCDC, for instance, we thought the police could not do anything. But the NSCDC came up and went into certain places and produced results, and to the envy of the police. Then we saw them pick up and say, no, if these people who are like semi-civilians can come up and get this result. They went into areas where they were doing bunkering, produced results. Then we saw the police pick up. So we need that. We shouldn't make excuses for the police. Let them rise up to their challenge. Do what they need to do with whatever is available for them. Yes.
We criticize them.
We criticize them.
We're not giving excuses. We criticize them. All right.